You've probably heard a million times that actions fix all feelings. This video today is about how I learned that valuable lesson. This takes me back 30 years when I got my green card and moved to the US for the first time. My first ever job was a simple doorman job that paid me $8 an hour in Palm Beach County, Florida. This video has three parts. First, the green card story, then a quick story about how I got that job and how I was overwhelmed and learned that actions fix feelings. And then in the end, I'm trying to summarize the whole thing for you. But let me first take you back to my birthday. This is when I turned 19. I was fresh from the military on the same day. And also on the same day, I got a letter from the US Immigration Services saying that congratulations, you're among the first 100,000 people, of which 55,000 will get their green card. Because a good friend of mine, he was a huge fan of the United States. We used to train together. He had participated in the green card lottery the year before. And I was like, okay, what the heck? I might as well join and do the same thing, because it must be like a driver's license. You just have it in your back pocket and you use it if you have to. Not quite so. Fast forward 6 months, when I had gone through all the medical exams and provided proof of insurance and proof of income, whatnot, I was at the US Embassy in Helsinki being interviewed. The last question that the person asked for me was this: when are you planning on moving to the States? I was like, okay, well, I was stumbling with my words. I had no answer really. And he noticed that, okay, this guy probably doesn't know that there's a rule that within the first 4 months you have to go to establish your residence. I leave the embassy, I call my dad, what the heck am I gonna do now? He's like, okay, well, I guess you have to rent an apartment. Absolutely. Luckily, a friend of ours had a place, a condo in Palm Beach, which I ended up renting. So then, a couple of months later, I'm on a plane from Helsinki to Miami, landing at Miami International. The same people who rented the condo for me, they picked me up, took me to their place, and the following day they left because they spent the summers in Finland. I was all alone, had never been to the country, didn't really speak the language, had no idea what was ahead of me. You know that feeling when you have like 29 items on your plate and you're like drinking from a fire hose and you're just like overwhelmed, you're basically drowning. So that's when I first learned the valuable lesson of just simplifying, just looking at one thing at a time. Because it was not about even eating, it was not about making money, it was about, okay, how do I get from this place, this condo, to bank, to DMV, to finding a job and whatever. So I needed a car. So rent a car is the first thing. Then get a driver's license, get a social security number, get a bank account. So it's like you start checking the boxes one by one, little by little, and all of a sudden by taking action, you start fixing your feelings. Because back then, it was 1996 or 7, there was no internet, no cell phones. Calling back home was not an option because it cost like $5 a minute. So I was literally by myself. The only thing I had was this yellowish Sunday version of Palm Beach Post where I looked at the job classifieds and I started calling people. So like using the analog way of finding a job. But little by little, I started taking action. And then luckily, I was able to find that job. And I was super insecure. My English wasn't that good, but I showed up. I took my rental car and I drove there and I got the job. It paid me $8 an hour. It was a night shift. I was a doorman in this fancy condominium building by the water, by the beach in Palm Beach, where all the wealthy people lived. But I learned a lot. Then as a side hustle, I also helped their maintenance crew, just doing simple handyman jobs. But what I learned back then was this valuable lesson that you never fix your fears. There's always, uncertainty is given in life. You always have the same amount of stuff that's going on. There's always something breaking, so to say. There are always things that cause overwhelm, anxiety in your life. The only option you really have is to just look at that plate full of items, adversity, so to say, and you start tackling them one by one. And to me, if I look back now, I didn't really realize it back then, that this valuable lesson of putting myself in an uncomfortable situation, totally outside my comfort zone, is probably the most valuable lesson in my life. Education, college degrees, corporate jobs, of course I learned a lot, but putting myself in a tough spot, really at the age of 19, literally 30 years ago, because I'm 49 now, is really that lesson. Those are the tools that I still apply when I do a reset. My last one was a year and 9 months ago when I completely reset my life and started this new business of coaching people, this education business online. But I've had a divorce, I've had a difficult breakup, I've done the same reset thing as an entrepreneur 3 times, moved from one country to another. But every single lesson, when the going gets tough, I go back to those moments of me being in Florida, alone in that condo, have no clue what to do, but just plenty of fear and adversity. It's like, okay, what the heck do I need to do? I just simplify and I delete and I tackle it one step at a time. That was really the story. So of me at 19, being clueless, moving to Florida, being still clueless, and now at 49, 30 years later, I'm clueless pretty much every morning. The only thing I have to do is that I have to understand that actions fix all feelings. And how do I know what action to take? I just look at the big plate full of items and I'm like, okay, there must be 1 or 2 there that move the ball forward the most. And then I focus on those. Back then, in June 97, it was renting a car. The next day, getting a driver's license, Social Security, bank account. Today, it might be completely different. This Sunday, it's January 4th now? I'm just recording this video. There's plenty of other things, one thing at a time. Whenever your going gets tough, ask yourself that question. What's that one thing that moves the ball forward the most? And say no to the rest. That's what I did at 19. It's still serving me well. And I think this valuable lesson is going to be one of those cornerstones that I'm going to be relying on for the rest of my life. That's all I had today. So this was a story about me at 19. And I talk to you again in the next video. Thanks a lot.